Good morning, YouTube. Rdap Dan here, Federal Prison Time Consulting. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's probably close to 7 a.m. or 6:40 a.m. and I'm over here in downtown Delray on the beach enjoying the amazing sunrise behind me, which you can't really see too well. And maybe if I flip the phone around, you can see it better. So I've been out here for a couple hours, got here at about 5:30, 5:40. Decided to go for a walk. Did a little bit of Facebook Live. Just getting my day started right, getting the energy going. And what better place to do that? Lisa Thompson, good morning and thank you. The wow, I'm assuming the wow is not because of my pretty smile, it's because of this awesome view we got going on. I mean, just look at this. This is why I enjoy Florida, guys. For those of you that wonder why I decided to migrate back to South Florida from Eastern Washington. Shouldn't be that hard of a guess, really. Washington was pretty, had some nice mountains. We got some thunder going on in the background. Probably gonna get rained on, but who cares? Because today we're practicing gratitude and being grateful. D. Sylvia, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. But yes, I was pretty frustrated this morning. I got up, couldn't really sleep. Woke up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock, took a shower, took the dogs out. Wasn't tired, so I decided, you know what? Let's go downtown. We'll go walk around and enjoy the scenery, listening to my podcast, and didn't realize until I got downtown that I left my headphones at home. So I was angry, I was pissed off, I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna go back home with my pouty face on. And then I said, man, come on. So many of you right now are sitting there wishing your worst problem was I forgot my headphones. So, had to take an RSA, had to do an attitude check. For those of you that don't know what that is, Google it. And for those of you that do know what it is, I hope you still use them, because they help. Do your attitude check when you feel yourself being funky or negative. Is it really that bad? What can you do to turn your mood around? Something like this. Look at, I mean, we just got awesomeness everywhere you look, except for the mosquitoes that are buzzing in and outside of my, I'm not grateful for the mosquitoes and the gnats, or gnats, I mean, not mosquitoes. Not grateful for mosquitoes and the gnats. I actually quite hate them. Can I hate them? I will. But for those of you right now that are watching this, that are preparing for something, maybe the scariest day of your life, you don't know what's next. There's just giant gray clouds in your future. Oh, as hard as it is to do, and as easy it is for me to say it. Yeah, look at that big old curly tail. What's up, dude? Doesn't look that big on camera, but he's huge. You gotta find something to hone in on. Your problems, the gray cloud of the potential of federal prison, it's not gonna go anywhere until, I mean, it will eventually, but for now, trust me, get up in your morning and go, like, I know you got shit to do. Many of you are getting ready for work. Maybe you have a lawyer appointment today. You got to go talk to your attorney. Maybe you're getting ready to do your PSR and you're freaking out. Take 30 minutes, take an hour and a half, whatever you got time to spare. Get up a little extra early in the morning. And those of you that are like, I wish I could get up early, I just can't do it. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. You are not physically restrained to your bed until a certain time in the morning. Force yourself to get up, rip yourself up by the scruff, throw your ass in the shower, and get outside. And if it's raining outside, I don't know, maybe go outside tomorrow, or go outside in the rain. Honestly, if it rained right now, my phone is waterproof. I got a lid on my coffee. I'll be good. I will stay and hang out with you guys in the rain. But my point is, if you're not doing something positive with your mornings, or when you're dealing with frustration and anxiety and you're stressed, you don't know what to do, this is what you have to do. because it allows you to clear your mind and it makes the rest of the day a little bit easier. I'm not gonna say the rest of the day is gonna be a cakewalk. I remember the funk I was in getting ready for federal prison. And trust me, the haters are there. You have to just learn to avoid them and kick them out of your life because they are there. There are so many people out there that do not like that I'm a prison consultant and help people, coach people, educate people, prepare people for what's about to come, because in their opinion, I am unqualified as I did not spend enough time in prison. I wasn't at a high enough security level. I was only at a low. Yo, let me tell you something. If you spend time at multiple security levels and you've got several years down, whether it be a few years, decades, and you have all this experience and you're mad at me for trying to share my knowledge, and by accident it turned into a business for me, guess what you can do? You can stick it where the sun don't shine, because you're more than welcome to start your own YouTube channel and share your knowledge and your wealth of information with all of these people that are getting ready to face the most serious moment of their life. I wish everybody turned to YouTube and shared their story. I would say 5% of my clients, maybe less, are willing to come online and share their story, because a lot of them are so fearful of what other people are going to think. They don't want their neighbors to know, and I totally get that. I totally get it. Understand it 100%. Good morning.
Morning.
But the problem is, those same people, you, my clients, I'm probably talking to many of you, you all tell me the same thing. There's no information out there. I'm so happy I stumbled, and literally stumbled. Like, you weren't searching for Rdap Dan. You weren't searching. You were just searching for anything to help you sleep better at night, to give you an idea of what's next, to help answer some of the questions that your attorney was not able to answer, and you stumbled, tripped over my YouTube channel. Because anybody that knows me, y'all know I don't pay for advertising. I'm not on Google, not yet, we're probably going to, but there's no paid advertisement. It's just my YouTube channel, my blogs, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. So unless you stumble across me and you're complaining how there's no viable information out there, and at the same time, you don't want to share your story, that's why there's no information out there, because nobody wants to talk about it. But we all want to talk about that ocean. You can't really see it because the sun's out. I just did a Facebook Live video, so guys, go check out my Facebook page. Just look up Daniel Wise. It's a picture of me in prison. So yeah, I've obviously embraced my prison experience. I've made it a giant part of my life. It's probably one of the biggest parts of my life. And because of that, it's given me the ability to not give two shits what people think or say. Because no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, there's always going to be people that want to kick you and knock you down. So my advice to you is stay in your lane. Try to avoid the negativity. We all give into it from time to time. And that's part of the reason why we do videos like this. It's to help, man, these gnats are just insane. It's to help take accountability and realize we can fall victim to that shit too. What's going on, my man? Living the dream. Doesn't get any better than that, does it?
It's beautiful in me, man.
He agrees with me. Say what's up to YouTube. So you talk to strangers, guys. Go out of your way. Talk to people. Say good morning. Change somebody's view on the rest of their day. Somebody right now is having a really fucking bad day, and you walk up and you say something nice to them, put a smile on their face, that could trigger an effect that changes their mood for the rest of the day. It may not change the mood for the rest of their life, but it's planting little baby seeds. So if you stay in your lane and you don't focus on the negativity, I promise you, a lot of those haters and a lot of what you're worried about, it'll just go away. But if somebody gets in your lane, you should not fear. Run them the fuck over. Because I'm not getting in your lane, don't come in my lane. Simple as that. Federal prison is not the end of the world. I don't care who you are, unless you're gonna get a life sentence or, you know, child rapist, something to that effect. But for most of you, first time, non-violent offenders, prison is not going to be the end of the road. Actually, it's not that different from what I'm doing right now. And half the reason why I do these early morning walks is because of my experience in prison. some of the only time that I really felt free, morning, that I only felt free when I was walking the track. I put my music on and I would walk, or I'd walk with a buddy and we would talk. You'd go for hours and you're getting your cardio in at the same time. When I posted that first video on YouTube prior to going to prison, honestly, I don't know why I posted it. I think I was just sick and tired of hearing all of my friends say, and family, you're not gonna go to prison. They're gonna see you're a good person. And I got tired of talking to people I knew about it because they were so scared to say anything to me. It was like I was dying of cancer. They didn't wanna hurt my, hey, Mom said hi. I don't know who that is. Her mom didn't say hi, I lied. But, you know, I was just sick and tired of it. I felt like, fuck, man. I appreciate you telling me I'm not gonna go to prison. And as many times as you say it, it doesn't change the fact that yes, I am. You know, I signed a plea agreement, I've got guidelines. Probation, sure, it was an opportunity, it existed, but my guideline range was, after plea deals and everything else, I was still like a 37, so I definitely wasn't getting probation. I feel like I got blessed with a 42-month sentence. So when I posted my video on YouTube, it was more for the aspect of I just wanted to vent. And that was the best vent I ever could have done. And that's what I'm saying. Once you put yourself out there, you don't know what's going to come from it. You don't know what beautiful blessings can be behind something that you do that's difficult. Morning again. Because if it hadn't been for that one video, and I had no idea that anybody had commented on it, I had no idea that anybody had even seen it, until after I had gotten out of prison, sitting in the federal halfway house, checked my email, and I was like, what are all of these messages from YouTube? So I started reading them, and that was my introduction to YouTube. And they were all questions from individuals just like you, just like me, getting ready to face probably one of the most devastating moments in our life because it's the unknown. And you had so many questions about how to prepare. What did I say to my children? How did I serve such a short sentence? What do I wish I had done differently? All of these questions. What did I talk to my attorney about? Did my attorney give me any actual real information? Or was it like many of you that had the same concerns where I ask my attorney a question, not only do I not get an answer, I leave his office with more questions than answers. So I started making response videos to answer questions, and it snowballed into this little beautiful market that I have now, and I get to talk to you guys on a regular basis. And it all came because I was willing to practice a little humility and talk about the situation that I landed myself in. And so many of you have embraced that and have really given me such good feedback that it turned into a business over the last few years. Now being able to help people, and that's the problem, is when people hear prison consultant, so you prepare people to go to prison and their mind automatically jumps to like the bullshit side of it, how to survive prison. Anybody that's hired me knows we talk very little about what your actual prison experience is going to be like, because we can cover that in 5 minutes by telling you most of you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You're going to be at a low security. It's not going to be the end of the world. You're going to be with people that are just like you for the most part, nonviolent offenders, whether you're a white collar or just a nonviolent offender in general. Prison's going to be the easy part. The hard part is what you're going through right now. The consulting and the preparation, narratives, reference letters, prepping for the PSR, covering all of your millions and millions of questions about Rdap, the Residential Drug Addiction Program, qualifications for that. And it's pretty basic. To qualify for Rdap is not rocket science. There are consultants out there that will base their whole model on, we're going to help you get into Rdap, and that's the only bullshit offer they have. And if that's all you're interested in, listen up, because I'm going to give you the fucking tidbit. All you need to do is disclose your substance abuse during your pre-sentence interview. If you had substance abuse issues prior to your indictment, drinking, drugs, prescriptions, don't exaggerate it. In the same time, don't minimize it. Just be honest about it. And if you cover that in great detail with your probation officer, and it's within the time period, and you don't have a violent crime, and you don't have any detainers, and you're not on some kind of an immigration hold, more than likely you will qualify for Rdap as long as you're sentenced to enough time, which is basically 24 months. If you're sentenced to under 24 months, still disclose your substance abuse, still don't minimize, still don't exaggerate it, just be honest. And RDAP will be a possibility for you. You don't need to hire somebody to learn that. Problem is that so many people go through the process, they go through their PSR interview with probation, and they never disclosed it out of fear, thinking this is gonna cause more problems, this is gonna get me in trouble, they're gonna revoke my pretrial, my bond, I'm gonna get a longer sentence, my family, I'm gonna be embarrassed, I'm gonna be ashamed. You get all of these thoughts, and then you find out. The real kicker is you might serve an extra year in prison over it because you could have gotten a year off. And not only could have you gotten some time off, you could have got some amazing help. So just be honest. But what we do in our consulting service is much deeper than telling you some basic info about RDAP. We've got professional writers on our team that will help you craft an amazing narrative. We work with your reference letters and the individuals that are doing your reference letters. We go over your pre-sentence interview with you, your report, I mean. We help you prepare for the report so you know exactly how to plan for it. We can even help you do a mocked up report to give you an idea of what it's going to be like. So when you walk into probation, you're confident in what you're gonna say, you're confident in the type of questions they're gonna ask you. You don't feel like a deer in headlights. All of this is extremely important. The coaching, what do you tell your children? All of these things make such a difference. Scott, what's going on? How's Florida compared to Washington? Good to see you. Scott, Florida is Florida. I mean, this is, look at that view. Oop, hit the button. These gnats though. I'm not a fan of the gnats in Florida, I'll tell you that. They like my ear holes. I gotta walk around like this to keep them out. I gotta wear earplugs. But Scott, I'm loving Florida compared to Washington. Washington is just a different taste, man. It's like apples and oranges. Except I think Florida's gonna win hands down. The only way I can imagine somebody really choosing Washington, Eastern Washington, maybe you're a fan of Seattle where it's really always raining. I couldn't imagine living there, but I mean, here, we got this without the sun now. Look at that. I imagine the only reason to live in Washington over South Florida is maybe you're from there and you're really into, you know, kind of the Washington scene, snowmobiles and skiing, snowboarding, fishing, hiking in the mountains. If you're into that kind of thing, then yeah. But if you're not from that area and you're from Florida, it's hot and muggy here, sure. But at the same time, it's like, and I compare it all the time, it's a tropical island with electricity and air conditioning. But it's hot, it's humid, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I did trade it for a while. I traded it for a prison cell, and then I traded it for a halfway house. I traded some of my children's time with me for it. I traded a lot for Florida. You know, because of my stupid mistakes and my poor choices and decisions that I made, I had to say goodbye to South Florida for a federal prison atmosphere. But if I hadn't gone through those mistakes and those trials, who knows where I'd be today? Who knows what I'd be doing? I sure as hell wouldn't be here talking to you guys, I can tell you that right now. So for me, I'm quite happy that I made all of those poor choices. I don't want to make any more poor choices, I'm sure I will. And staying away from negativity, staying away from negative people. I've allowed myself to get too inflamed with negativity throughout my life, and it's like a cancer. You start watching it and it spreads, and you start focusing on it, you start giving into it, you start commenting. So just delete everybody, get rid of them. But I hope you guys have an amazing morning. Get out, go do something. If you've got some negativity going on in your life right now, whether it's getting ready for federal prison sentencing, you got your PSI coming up, you're going through something rough with your family, those problems are gonna be there. They're not gonna go away. So take a few minutes for yourself, decompress, get out in the morning, try to get out before the sun's up, enjoy that quietness, enjoy the peace, center your mind, and I promise your day will look a little bit better. You may have to do this a couple of times before it starts to kick in and starts to become habit. And if you're telling yourself, I wish I could get up early, trust me, you can. You just have to be willing to do it. I'm Rdap Dan, federal prison time consultant, people helping people, communities method, one day at a time. I love all of you, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. We'll do an actual video about some topics that you probably care about. All right, guys, take care. Bye.